Okay, I'm gonna do a Wonder rant because I'm in love with this record. This time I'm gonna do a track-by-track analysis. Brace yourself for some big fangirl energy. Number 1, the intro. He starts us off with a subtle introduction to the concept and general character of the album. A war between simple and complex, and then surrender. Number 2, Wonder. Wonder, the face of the album. Super heavy content, but there's a contrast and balance achieved through the light approach to his vocals. Everything works. It's a no-brainer that this became the #1 song on the project. He broke some boundaries and burned some bridges. 3, Higher. Higher is seductive and assertive. He has layers stacked on layers. Vocally, the sounds and vibrations here are diverse, but mixed well. I think this is one of his more mature records. It shows he's willing to take risks and be carefree. 4, 24 Hours. Submission. He's relentless with his heart. An expression of how it feels to be certain about something. It's soft and masculine. At this point, he's all in, and so am I. 5, Teach Me How to Love. Absolutely one of the most beautiful songs I have ever heard. This song is louder than his voice is able to give evidence of. I really respect him for this one because I think it reflects an awareness of himself and his audience. Perfection. 6, Call My Friends. This song made me think about music differently. He entered through a door in my mind that I didn't think he knew existed. It corrupted his innocence in all of the most liberating ways for me. This is when I fell back in love with him after tuning him out. 7, Dream. The ideal centerpiece. He gives us something we're comfortable with and then reveals another layer of himself, ensuring that we don't get left behind. Growth. He's being generous with his imagination and his dreams, which I think is the goal he defines in the intro. 8, Song for No One. A masterpiece. Probably one of my favorite songs ever. It's so sexy and seemingly nonchalant, raw, naked, energy. This song makes me want to fall in love with him over and over and over again. It also makes me want to wake up to his voice in the morning. 9, Monster featuring Justin Bieber. Personally, I would have been perfectly happy without Justin on this. I just think it was an overhyped and overrated collaboration. Unnecessary. Sean could have ate both verses on his own. 10, 305. A song ultimately about fear, but it is the only one like it on the album. Lighthearted and super pop. I like it because it's a nice breather after the heaviness that is left once Monster is over. The song is childlike and captures the butterflies of a roller coaster. 11, Always Been You. Out of the Box. One of his more genius creations. I love how abstract and structuralist this record feels, yet there's still form. It shows he's competent and able to accomplish what he sets his mind on. Execution is something he has mastered, I feel. 12, Piece of You. Stardom. Rough. Probably his sexiest record to date. Objectively, I think this song is beyond its time. He's so sensual and kind of raunchy in the most gentleman-like way. He's a man, or at least he presents himself as one, and I believe him. 13, Look Up at the Stars. By this point, he's demonstrated an awareness of the virtue of balance, going with the flow, no resistance. Things change, better yet, they are meant to. Transformation is all that life is about once you get past survival. 14, Can't Imagine. An unforgiving goodbye. For now, this record I think reflects the place we are currently with him. His music is in this resting space, asleep, but at any point he can wake up. I think Wonder will be with me for the rest of my life. I know it really didn't appeal to the masses, but it's an album that gave me a healthier impression of men in general. I felt my eyes were open to how beautiful men are as God's creations. I feel like this album was made for me, the kind of person who will obsess over it even when the world has moved on to the next thing. I still find something worth falling in love with. If I could marry this album, I would. Seriously.